fight for social change. No. Don't do that. That's stupid. Don't do that. Instead, find your individual purpose. Look into your soul and discover what you have and can do and can say uniquely that no one else can do, and do that one thing. That's the question. Which should you do? Should you fight for social change and kind of like join a group and go protest for, whatever, trans rights, anti-racism, against the patriarchy, whatever it is? Or should you ignore all that and do the thing that you have in your soul that only you can do? That's the question, my friends. That's an interesting question that cannot really be answered yet. I have the answer. It's Friday night. It's kind of late, and I don't know. You guys shouldn't even be watching this. If anyone is watching this, you should be doing something else, something more worthwhile in your life. But I this week I feel good about myself because the entire week I did not drink an ounce of alcohol, and I did not eat too much food, too much fat, which I'm an eater. I love to eat, and that's a problem. And I want to, I'm fat and I want to lose weight. So I managed to cut down a little bit. I didn't record it. I didn't measure it, factually, mathematically, how much I ate and did not eat. But my feeling is that I ate less than I ate in normal weeks, and that I didn't drink at all. This is my first, I was looking forward to Friday night because then I could have this is actually not a whiskey. This is a whiskey liqueur from Jim Beam, thanks to Elvira and Detlef. It's with maple syrup. I love this. It's an evil drink, but I love it. And so I sat down this evening and made myself a drink and wondered what did I want to say this evening, and this whole thing in my mind was going in my mind like in going around and around like the circles in your mind, that with this great song, The Windmills of Your Mind, great song in the 60s or 70s. Okay, so this was, and it was a discussion in Facebook. What I did is I did a little 1 minute video in Facebook and in YouTube and TikTok, and I said in this video that if you're an activist or tend to outrage when you open the newspaper and you discover some story that they're telling you, and you're outraged because they tell you to be outraged. That's the point of the story in the newspaper or in Facebook or whatever. That you are wasting your fucking time. You're wasting your life. Your life is not about this crap that other people do in social media, which is designed to reach millions of people, and it's based on a common denominator that everyone has kind of an instinctive, a primal urge to say, if someone is doing this to this other person, then we're outraged and it's a horrible thing, and we have an emotional high, and we say, that's a terrible thing. This is what the world is, a horrible place, and we get enraged by it, and it feeds. It causes us to expend a lot of energy and an emotional excitement, and we're thinking about it all day for hours and hours, and then finally it fades away, and finally it's gone, and we can get back to the things that are real, that are actual to us, because these things that are so outrageous. And let me tell you about a couple of things that I find outrageous. Okay, so I when I am bored or have nothing else to do, I turn on YouTube and I watch some video about trans rights or trans activism or something like that. That's one of these things that today everyone is talking about, and it's a big thing, and there are two sides to it, and every side has some big moral thing that they're talking about, some principle, and they're so right, and the other side is so evil, and it's like mental masturbation. I had a teacher. It was actually never my teacher. I ended up Ashburn. It was his name, John Ashburn. If you're out there, John, Mr. Ashburn. Man, I wish you all I hope if you're still alive and out there somewhere, I hope you have a great life, because, man, you made an impression on me as a kid, as a teenager in high school. And the one word that I remember from him was mental masturbation. And I did not have a class with him. I did not do it. I don't know where this came from, why he came up with it. He was just some kind of guy who was just, saying what he thought and giving his thoughts to high school kids, which we all profited from, but which probably had nothing to do with the curriculum. And he gave us this word, mental masturbation. And that's what this whole thing that we get outraged and excited when we read about some kind of scandal, the current scandal, which is, we have the trans situation, we have the racism, the critical race theory situation, we have the whatever it is, we have the, socialism, capitalism situation, we have the patriarchy, feminism situation, we have the fat phobia, body acceptance situation. And so we have all kinds of situations where we can get excited about, where we can get outraged about, where our emotional I had a therapist, and she was, as far as I can tell, was not a good therapist. And at least for me, she was the wrong therapist. But there were a couple of interesting discussions. And one was the idea, or the estimation that people today are more depressed than they were in the past, and why that is. And one of the theories about, here comes the cat. I'm petting the cat. I don't know if you don't see the cat. Come here, cat. Oh, no, she's gone. Okay. One of the theories is that in the past, we as human beings were made, genetically were created to confront confrontation, to confront conflict, to confront crisis. And so we're always, we're the cavemen fighting the saber-toothed tiger coming to kill us. I think historically the saber-toothed tiger was at a different period of the cavemen, but whatever. You get the period, you get the point. So the image is, and now we have nothing that we're really fighting against. I mean, there's nothing. We living in a state of prosperity where, the biggest crisis we have is when we go to, the insurance office and have to fill out a form. And some guy says, oh, that's the wrong form. You have to go to a different office. This is the wrong office. You have to go here. Don't go here, go there. It's dealing with bureaucracy and what we're going to eat. What breakfast cereal we're going to eat, and what we're going to eat in the evening, and what TV channel we watch. That's the extent of the decision we make and the conflicts that we have in our lives. But we were built, evolutionary speaking in evolutionary terms, we were built to, fight the mastodon. We weren't built to decide, which YouTube creator we're going to watch. That is, and so the theory that this therapist told to me, which I went to for a while because I was just basically unhappy and hated myself, was because we were built for this big conflict, and we have no big conflicts here because we basically solved most of the problems that mankind's have. We have insulated ourselves from the vicissitudes, from the dangers of real life. We are not being attacked by bears and lions, and when bad weather comes, we go into our homes and watch TV, and the bad weather does not kill us because we're in our homes watching TV. And so much of the depression, and maybe even the mental health issues we have. We didn't talk about the mental health issues in general. We talked about depression. Much of the depression, that was her theory, or the theory that she said, if I understood correctly, I may be misquoting her, but if I understood it correctly, there's a general theory out there that much of the depression that we have today comes from the fact that we don't have any real conflicts, the lack of actual conflicts that we were built for, that our adrenaline, our hormones, our muscles, our thoughts, our emotions, our ability to be outraged are built for the saber-toothed tiger coming into our cave, and not for whether Tucker fucking Carlson gets fired or Don Lemon gets fired. Who fucking cares? I mean, seriously. It's, this is not existential. This is not relevant to our lives. And yet, this is the only place, this is the only target that we can point our emotions to. This is the only outlet for our emotional needs. That's tragic. The tragic of modern life is that we have succeeded in conquering nature, in making for us everything that we've always wanted, which is a life and a society that functions and that more or less, more than less, works to our advantages, to all our advantage. We are too good. We've succeeded too much. God, that's frightening and scary, and at the same time beautiful, because I do not want to go back to the caveman time. I do not want to go there. I would last 5 seconds in a cave with a lot of Neanderthals and mastodons and saber-toothed tigers out there. I would die before the saber-toothed tiger got to me. I would die just by shaking in fear so much that just by the pure vibrations of my fear, I would disappear. That's how long I would last in a real situation. Thank God we have a fake situation in our modern life where we have created a world that is so artificial and so removed from real nature and from the real life that we were born into and thrown into as, the original apes that we were, that we are now so removed from what we were meant to be, but have so many opportunities today to be happy, to live long, to find and fulfill our purpose, to love and be loved, find true emotional connection, it's really there. Everything that we strived for. And I'm saying this in the consciousness that I have completely lost track of what I wanted to say at the beginning of this video. We have everything we've strived for, and we don't appreciate it. We don't use it. We don't say, my God, I have a social net somewhere. I have, a job, and my employer has to pay me at least a minimum wage, and he can't beat me. That's something. That's something. And I can read on the internet, things about how to, enjoy my life, how to find happiness, how to, the meaning of life, different various religions. I have all these opportunities and all these things, and all I have to do is find a way to be happy. And I can find that because I don't have to starve or fight off the saber tiger or the Tyrannosaurus Rex or whatever it is. Humans did not live at the same time as Tyrannosaurus Rex. But anyway, that doesn't matter. Good Lord, we have so many wonderful opportunities. The world we live in today no human being has ever lived like we live today, with the opportunities and the wonderful, the beautiful, the grand world we live in today has never been like this ever in humanity. My God, if we cannot take advantage of this, if we cannot appreciate it and use it to, how many few minutes we have left in our lives to extract some ounce of happiness from this life, then it's impossible. Because if we cannot be happy now, then mankind was never meant to be happy. Okay, I've forgotten what I actually wanted to talk about in the beginning. I'm drinking this great Jim Beam whiskey liquor infused with maple syrup, and I'm enjoying it. Also because I earned it, because I've been good this week, and yeah. God, I wish I knew how to be happy, man. It's now or never, friends. I hope you all can be happy. I hope you all can achieve your goals and make something great, wonderful, beautiful out of your lives. Good night.